Hello friends, welcome to TriBecca Designs. My name is Rebecca and I love to sew. I also love to upcycle. I love to design. I love to refashion. I love to make. And like many of you, I love to create. I'm really excited today to bring you guys a beginner friendly tutorial on how to upcycle a puffer vest. Now, for this project, the only thing you're going to need is a light to medium weight puffer vest, similar to this one, and some bias tape. You can either buy the prepackaged bias tape or you can make your own. This is the puffer vest that I'll be upcycling in today's video. I did a puffer vest upcycle back in October for a fall jacket. Check the link in the description box for that tutorial if you're interested. And I also just decided I needed something that's for the spring, something fresh and new. So I wanted to do another one. And I think you're gonna like this one. It can be styled for male or female. And so without further ado, I'm just gonna go through a very brief demonstration. I'm gonna kind of talk through what I did and then I'm gonna show it to you guys because I think it's really easy and you can kind of just catch on without watching me actually go through the entire make. I do want to say, please pardon the droopy eyes. It's really late and I'm filming at night and I need to go to bed, but I want to get this done. So that's why I look kind of sleepy. Sorry about that. Okay, friends, to start out, I took the collar and I turned it under and I did a whip stitch by hand to shorten that because I did not want it coming up under my neck. This vest, though, I wouldn't be able to do that on because the zipper comes all the way to the top. On my other vest, the zipper stopped right here where the collar is attached to the top of the bodice at the neckline. So you have to take that into consideration. So what I did is just laid it out on its side and I just made an assessment of how it's constructed and what I want to take away. The first thing that I looked at was how far down I wanted this to come under my arm. And so then I looked at this front pocket and determined that I wanted to cut past this. And then looking at the back, like that I want to preserve the elasticated waistband in the center back. And that I may want to preserve as much as this back panel as possible. So like this vest has two side panels, a side back and a side front, and then a front panel. So what I would do with this vest, for example, is just take some type of a garment marker, chalk, whatever you choose. Something, of course, that is easy to remove, and then draw your line. And depending on your angle, you're either going to draw a U shape or a hump. So I just came here and I cut really close to that pocket to preserve as much of this as I could. I brought my line around, preserving this much at the top. I came and I did not cut into the elasticated band, and then I curved into this back portion, okay? And then I cut that out and removed that center piece. And about right in here, I made a thick waistband that I was going to attach back in on my waist, high waist, or anywhere on your waist. It could be high, low, wherever you choose, okay? So that's all I did. I came and I made this simple cut, one cut, boom. Took the piece out, came back in and made a band to go around the side waist. And then, now this vest has a contrasting binding all around it. So for mine, all I did is I went in and I top stitched over the existing binding and made all of my binding consistently one color. And I'll show you that in a minute. Okay, a quick note on bias tape. Your bias tape is cut on the bias. That's the diagonal grain of the fabric, which allows it to stretch. That's the whole purpose of using it, because it stretches around curves very nicely, okay? One side of prepackaged bias tape is actually longer than the other. I don't know if I'll be able to make you see that on this video because my ring light is out, unfortunately, and I don't have the best lighting today. But you'll make an assessment of your bias tape and look for the side that is the shortest in this instance. So I opened it up and I took my shortest end and I laid it out on my fabric and I stitched in the crease of that existing crease line that's ironed in. That's how I stitched it on, so that when I turn it over, it would have enough room on the back to catch when I go to stitch in the ditch. And I'll give you guys a short demonstration at my machine here in just a minute. But I do want to bring this in really quickly just to give you guys a visual of how everything worked out with all of the bias binding on it. I think it's really, really cute. I'm going to model it for you guys at the end, as I always do. But yeah, let's go to the machine really quickly. After you cut your garment, go ahead and finish off any raw edges. Then open up your bias tape and place the short side along the edge of your garment and stitch in the crease of the bias tape. Fold your bias tape along the edge of your garment and stitch in the ditch, ensuring that your bias tape is getting caught in the stitches on the back side of your garment. Okay, friends, so what do you think? I really like the way this turned out. It's very simple. It was a very simple upcycle, refashion, edit, and it is a project, as I said before, that is beginner friendly, and I'm kind of feeling this one. You know, sometimes I name my designs. In fact, most of the things that I make, I name, and I'm calling this one Lightyear because it's giving me lunar vibes. You know, I feel like, you know, I should be like Buzz Lightyear's girlfriend or something, and, you know, come wearing this out in space, be like, hey, boo, which planet are we gonna float to today? But yeah, so again, you can see all I did was I made a cut in the side. I took some of the fabric that I cut out and just created these thick waistbands. And y'all know how I am about that bias tape. So it's just been bound with bias tape. You could make your own, or you could just use store-bought prepackaged bias tape. I left the drawstrings in place. These are still usable. I mean, they're still functional, I should say, but I drew them in to cinch the waist in. And I hand stitched the collar down because it was a lot higher, closer up around my neck, which I don't like, especially when something is light colored because my makeup tends to rub off on it. But I really like the vibe that this gave me. It just, I don't know, it just kind of reminds me of some type of I don't know, space suit. But it turned a very typical puffer vest, quilted vest, whatever you want to call it, into a more modern piece. For anyone that may have seen my Friday Sews video where I mentioned that I was going to include this awesome sleeve upcycle in this jacket, well, as you can see, I edited it out. I decided that to incorporate this sleeve in this jacket would have diminished this design element because this is kind of blocking everything that's going on here, and this deserves to be showcased. So stay tuned. I am going to include this sleeve in a future upcycle. I have something pretty cool planned for that. But sometimes you just have to edit. Sometimes things just don't go the way you envision. Sewing is problem solving. That's one of the things I love about it. It's creative problem solving. And so I like the simplicity of this without the sleeve. And so I hope you will give this one a try. Most of these vests are pretty readily available right now in thrift shops because a lot of this type of outerwear garments are on clearance because we are approaching warmer weather. So you should be able to find one of these easily. These things come a dime a dozen. In fact, I have a pink one that I think I'm going to do an upcycle on. I have an idea for that. Another idea came to me while I was doing this one. So if you do make one and you're happy with it, by all means, baby, tag me on Instagram. My Instagram link is in the description box. Please tag me. I'd love to see yours, how it turned out, what you think about the difficulty level of the project. And so with that being said, I'm just gonna float right along and wish you guys a happy upcycling journey.